Okay, I had a frog in my throat. Then you need one of the squares, which is this one right here. The mat on that measures 2.5 by 2 inches. And then you're going to have a layer of designer series paper that measures 2.25 by 1 3/4. Then your second square, which is over here, measures 2.25 by 1 3/4 for your mat, and 2 by 1.5 for your top piece. And there's many different ways that you can do this. You can use any color papers that you want. This is just discontinued paper that I use to make up my sketch cards, and then I put them in a folder and I have them for reference for later. So let's get started and see how easy this is for you. I want to remind you that if you make this sketch card, please, I ask that you will post it out there to Susie Q Stamping's Facebook page, and I will put it into the folder that is a private folder for the sketch cards. If you would like to have access to that, just send me an email at susieqstamping@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to invite you. So here's our card base, and I am using Strawberry Slush. I don't think the papers that I'm using is as important as it is just knowing the dimensions for your card sketch. So here is a piece of designer series paper, and it's in cloud cover, and it's got some stripes to it. We're just going to adhere that down. I can't even remember what pack of paper this is from. It had all kinds of florals and different colors. It is still a current paper that you can get. So we're just going to lay that piece down just like so. This is that border piece that I was talking about, and this is the piece that measures the 1 inch wide by 5 1/4 inches long, and that's going to go across the center of your card. Whoops, I guess I don't need my mouse to set this or stick this down. I hope you all have had a great week. I have had a good week. I've spent a lot of time in my studio designing cards. I've also done a little bit of organizing, and I'm hoping to do a video on organizing. All right, now I have another piece that is 1 inch by, it's not really 1 inch, it's 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4, and we're going to stick that down as a decorative piece on the inside of our card. I like to have an extra layer, whether it be white or another light color, on the inside of my cards. It just, to me, it gives it more stability and more of a finished look. My daughter and I have different ideas about that, but anyway. So now here are our two rectangle type pieces, and I did cut out certain parts of this flower paper so that it would show and be my focal point on this card. And I'm going to lay that piece down like so. This piece is going to get laid down on the smaller one. And this card can be used for so many different types of cards: holiday cards, thinking of you cards, birthday cards, all kinds. And like I said, stay tuned to the end because I do have a couple of more to show you. Then you can just lay these two down however you want to. There is no rhyme or reason. And because postage is going up again, I am working at not necessarily using a lot of dimensionals, simply because I would rather use the embellishments to give it that extra bumpiness, if you want. And so here is, oops, that one got laid down upside down. We need to lay it up right side up. So there's that. I just took a piece of white cardstock and I did a hello on it, and then I just cut it down because I didn't need it as long as it was. Actually, this was a tag from a paper pumpkin kit that was in another language. And so I keep those, and then I can use the back side of them for labels. And so I am just putting the hello label right there, if I get it straight. And then here I'm going to insert my card base on the inside, and I can send a nice little hello card to anyone. I'm trying to get better at sending cards. And for the embellishments on this, we are going to use the butterflies, if I can find where I laid them. There they are. We're just going to take a couple of these butterflies, the brushed brass butterflies. Say that 3 times. That's a tongue twister for sure. Okay, but like I said, this card is very easy to replicate. And you can do it with any papers. One of my goals this year is to work on using up retired paper and such. I have found that there's not a big market for people that want to buy all of the paper that I have, and I don't want to just throw it away. So I am trying to make up different cards with it. So there is the sketch card for today, Saturday, January 17th. Here we go. Now let me show you a couple more cards that we made. Here's a sympathy card that's made with that design. So pretty. And then here is a birthday card that's made with that design. Okay, so that is the cards that we had today, ladies. I really do hope that you enjoyed this little snippet of a video and that you will also make one of these sketches and send it to me at Susie Q's Stamping on Facebook. Thank you all for joining me today, and you all have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next Saturday. Bye.